Hi guys, how is everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look around and do a update on a few of the cars that are up on the table. The shop truck, or 60 Chevy, nothing to report on it. We just showed you that the last video. We're going to start working on it to mock up the chassis and get the engine in it, and that we're going to use and start mocking up for cutting and killing. That phase, the cutting and killing phase. Um, the Rockford Firebird, nothing to report on it yet. The Roadrunner, just what we had before, getting pieces painted a little bit at a time, not in a big rush on it. We've got some of the pieces for the Roadrunner, the inner fenders and firewall, and that's right there. Uh, a lot of work on the Model A. As you can see here on our engine and the dashboard, we've got a body color we're going to use, and it is actually a rattle can. It's Tamiya. Let me grab the can here so I can. It's a military color. It is U.S. Navy Intermediate Blue. That is AS19 is the part number on that. Now, I'll tell you, I was on, I want to say, Instagram, and I saw a guy did a Revell 30 Model A in a color, and if it wasn't this color, it was damn close. Uh, and I just blatantly ripped him off because I fell in love with that color on this car. I wanted something that said, 30s or 40s, early Ford build, and that's to me this color says it. It's no metallics in it. It's a straight color. It has that tone of the 1930s or 40s. It was either going to be a blue such as this, or a green such as this, or a maroon straight color such as this. And when I saw the blue on his car with black, uh, that was it. So the blue that's on the engine transmission there, and the starter and our dashboard does have a Tamiya clear, just a standard clear on it. Those parts will stay in that sheen and that clear. The interior of the Model A, you can see we've got our firewall built back there. And since we were going to open the trunk lid and show it off back there, I went ahead and put the firewall in, so it was to close off between the driver and the flammables, the fuel and the battery, and but it's painted the body color, but no clear on it, so it's got a satin sheen to it. The rest of the interior will be that way. The floor, the door, inside of the doors, up the roof, and that. In the trunk, same way. A like a matte look, an eggshell look, if you will. The interior bracing in there is in a it's a semi-gloss black, but it's shot dry, and it's got a little texture to it. And then we work our way out to the frame. It is also it's a standard black, and it may be hard to see, but it just has a bit of a shine to it. And then our rear axle is a high shine. The other suspension pieces at the front end and that front axle, those will be stripped of the chrome, and they will be painted in a real high gloss black. Some of the other suspension pieces will be in a standard black to match the chassis, and then the wheels will either be a steel wheel in black, or they will be in body color, or possibly a Halobrand wheel. And let's see what else. The firewall. The firewall is going to be just a shiny, shiny ass black, just like the rear end there. Not a lot. There'll be some chrome on the engine, like all the front pinnings, the steering, and all that's not going to be chrome. We're not going to have chrome exhaust on it. Those headers we're going to knock off and do in a high heat black. So we've got our starter done for the engine there, all detailed. It's got the standard clear on it. Radiator back there, we're picking out a radiator to use. We're going to need to mock up the car, get the cross membrane for the transmission, so we can get that mocked up and see where the engine's going to sit in relation to the radiator. And I've got a resin cooling fan to use, and that's also, I want to see if I have fitment problems there, because the fans on these radiators, they look like they have some sort of a electric fan on it, but I'm telling you, it looks like to me a vent fan from like under the hood of your stove in the kitchen, or maybe a vent fan that's in your bathroom. It doesn't really look like a cooling radiator cooling fan. So we got this resin one. It fits them, but I just need to see how much clearance we have left in there. Say that dashboard will be the only thing with any clear on it inside of the car. Then the outside we will go with a high gloss clear, and be able to then color sand and buff it and really make it shine. Seats, I think I showed you guys before. We did the bomber style seats. We opened them up with the pin vise, and I did the bases of them there also. So we've got the theme run down into the base, the braces there. We also did the visor up here on the top of the car. I opened that up and then beveled the edges of each hole to run the theme outside of the car. And right now, that's about where we are with it. Next up is the 64 Olds 442. So far, I've got the chassis cleaned up, all the flash off of it, the injector pin marks, and if you see up here in the inner fender, that's like a matte black. That is a really nice black I use for chassis, good chassis black. And since this car, like I told you before, is going to be a day 2 car with not a perfect original or restoration, we're not going to worry about mocking the or copying the factory finish on the floor. So we did it in a real nice chassis black. No details done into there. I put it up on wheels just to mock it up. These are just some parts box wheels. But you know, we're going to go day 2, so we're going to have a nice mag wheel and probably redline tire on it. Our 330 V8 engine in Olds Gold. If you can see down there right in front of the intake manifold, that oil fill tube was not on this engine. They do not have one. It's one of the details that lacks, this model lacks. So I made that, the oil fill tube right there. The intake we painted up as an aluminum intake. Again, it's day 2, so it's a performance car. The carburetor with these, I'm not sure even what that was supposed to be. It looked like some funky ass 2-barrel, but so we used a parts box. It doesn't matter much, you won't see it under the air cleaner, but we just used a parts box. It looks like a quadrijet carburetor. Hit it with some carburetor green gold from Model Car MCW, Model Car World paints, and we scuffed the top so we can glue our ultra high compression 442 air cleaner down. You see on the ends there, the air holes, the air openings, we've opened those up each side. The paint color on these is supposed to be a reddish orange. Some call it, refer to it like poppy red, like Ford used on the 65 Mustang, 66 Mustang, or say 75 Corvette. That actually is a red that got a lot of orange to it. And I think that was what they used on the General Lee on TV was a Corvette red. So this is just a mix of what I had here, some red and orange, and it does look pretty good. It looks a little bit through the camera. It looks a little too red, but it's I think it fits the bill for this. Um, it's in there mocked up. Of course, the axle passes through the oil pan, so we had to put it in there with the wheels on. The um, distributor I seem to have lost, so I picked out another one with the ignition coil. We'll be adding that detail to it. But other than that, the little day two stuff with some gauges, a tachometer, mag wheels, red lines, the aluminum intake. You've got Radiator sitting up top and some other pieces, cleaning as we go here. What a good start to the 64 442. And the next car up tonight is a 66 Ford Mustang. This originally was not on the channel, not the last time we talked anyway. This is something that I added, another project to the table, so that makes 6. Like the Roadrunner and the Rockford Firebird are not on the table right now. This is a car that my mom and dad picked up for me for Christmas, and I had wanted to do one. I'd done a couple of these years ago, but I wanted to do another one just stock. These model kits are pretty cool. They've got the rocker trim on it. Yeah, of course, a 289 V8 4-speed car, pony interior, console. So it's got some options for a early Mustang. What I've done with this one, we started working on the short block, just cleaning it up, getting it glued together, getting it cleaned up and ready to paint and build. Just like the 442, we hit the chassis on this one and the Firewall and core support with the matte black, that good looking chassis black. Although the 442 is going to be a day 2 type of car and this one's going to be stock, it's not going to be a perfect restoration or original. We'll make it look as close as we can. It'll be someone's a really nice driver, not a 100-point show car, but since it was stock, or since it is going to be stock, I went through the parts box and found this air cleaner. The air cleaner that comes in the car is an open element air cleaner, and I don't want to use Cobra valve covers or Cobra oil pan, and then the chrome stuff. It's going to be a stock 289 4-barrel 4-speed. The wheels are junk box wheels, and tires just for mock-up. Again, mock it up with some wheels and tires that gives you a look. And to me, when they're up on a wheel and tire, it screams out, build me, do something. You're looking at it, it seems close. Gives you a little inspiration to keep working, I guess. So I got a color picked out. Like I said, I've wanted to do this one since I got it. I thought, what the hell, let's just throw it up on the table. The only way to do it is just to do it. And that's about it this time, guys. Model A, some on the old, some on the Mustang here, the new guy. Next time, I'm sure we will have more work done on the 60 Chevy truck, our shop truck build, and hopefully we will get started on chassis work and mocking things up on Rockford on the 74 Firebird also. All right, guys, Thanks for stopping by, checking things out. If you have any questions, post them down below. Any comments, yay or nay, these cars are good, they're bad, they suck, whatever. Post them up down below. And we will talk to you next time. Thanks, guys.